So you may be asking me, Jenna, didn't you say all decisions are made with our body and not our minds? So why am I called a mental projector? We're going to answer that question in this video. So if you are a mental projector, your chart might say inner authority or no authority, but that's truly meaning that you are a mental projector. Only projectors, obviously, can have this authority, and it means that you have absolutely no definition below your throat center. So everything from this line of my arrow down is open or undefined. You only can have definition in your throat, and you might not even have it in your throat, and then your ajna and your head. But your ajna is definitely defined. And this is where this mental projector authority comes into play. You're using your mind or your third eye to make your decisions. Remember, your authority is your decision-making superpower. And yes, you're using your mind to make decisions, but your mind is split into two different types of minds. You have your thinking mind and your sensing mind. Your thinking mind is really powerful when you are looking at the outside world and seeing things in a different perspective than anybody else can see, because this is where you consistently have energy flowing. You are like this channel that's consistently creating energy in these centers. But the thing about the thinking mind is it's really not good at seeing you and feeling what is inside of you. So when you're presented with a decision to make, your thinking mind is not the one that's going to give you clarity on the correct decision for you. Now, the other mind is the sensing mind. And the sensing mind is where you want to use your authority and make a decision from. Your sensing mind is actually really in tune with your environment around you, because remember, all of these centers down here are open and you're taking in wisdom from the people around you and the environment around you. So yes, we're going to use our mind to gain more information about the decision we have to make. Maybe we're going to deliberate a little bit, but we're not going to get stuck in that over-analysis. We're not going to let our mind go down the rabbit hole to try to find the right answer and make sense of the right answer or apply logic to the answer, because that's when the thinking mind starts to take over. And we don't want the thinking mind to take over, because that's not leading us down the path of our best interest and our purpose. We want to go back to that sensing mind. And that sensing mind is going to feel into the wisdom that's around it, using the body, because you want to tap into the wisdom that's down here. And you also are going to want to use the sensing mind to just intuitively feel and sense, is this the right decision for me? So let's break this down a little bit more. To find clarity when you are presented with a decision, go to your thinking mind to gain more information. Find the facts that you need. Learn more about the decision that you have to make, but then notice when your thinking mind and logic start to take over, and that's when you stop. We don't want to let our thinking mind or our logic take over, because that's when we're removing ourselves from our body. Then the next step would be testing out different environments to gain more clarity on the decision that you need to make. Your body's wisdom is coming from that openness down below you. So when you have all the information you need, Then you can go to different environments and feel into the decision. How does this decision feel in this environment? How does this decision feel in this environment? And you can feel into what this feels like in your body. Is it feeling expansive? Is it feeling contracting? You might just have this intuitive knowing of, I'm sensing with my sensing mind that this just feels right. This decision is a yes because it feels good. It feels like the right thing that I'm meant to do. Or it might feel icky with your body. Like, this is not something that I am moving forward with. And it's merging the facts and the information that you've gathered to help kind of calm your thinking mind and almost trick your thinking mind into saying, okay, I'm doing what I need to do to process this and analyze this without overanalyzing. So you can actually then tap into your sensing mind and then using your body's wisdom to come to clarity. If your throat is defined or colored in, it's also really helpful for you to speak out loud and channel your thoughts about this out loud to either a trusted confidant who you know is not going to impose their opinion on you, or to a tape recorder so that you can listen to yourself speak about the decision that you're making. And doing this, speaking to a confidant or in your tape recorder in different environments, is also really helpful. Because then you're also hearing how your tone of voice changes based on the environment that you're in, or you might gain clarity right away in the first environment you're in. And when it's an immediate sensing of, yes, I feel in my body that this is right for me in this environment, this feels like a really good decision, and I'm moving forward with it. But sometimes you may have this neutrality when you're in an environment. I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to take some getting used to feel what it feels like when a decision is right for you and when a decision is not right for you. And so if you're not gaining clarity and if you feel nothing, that's okay. That just means that the clarity is not there right now. And so go into different environments, test this out, and really try to tap into your body's intuition of what is telling you what feels right in different environments. And it just means you need to give yourself more time, number one, for the decision, but number two, to also get used to your body speaking to you and not using your mind, your thinking mind, to make the decision. This is where it is so important to really distinguish between the thinking mind and the sensing mind. Because you may have been so used to using your thinking mind and trying to rationalize and overanalyze things and decisions and perseverate on them. And so removing that part, it's going to take time for your mind to get used to. It's going to take time to get used to the feeling of a yes and the feeling of a no and the feeling of clarity when you're in an environment, any environment, because you need to put your mind aside. And that's why we do gather those facts in the beginning, because we want to make sure that we're giving our thinking mind what it needs, but then also bringing it back to the body afterward. Because that's where that decision is going to come from, that feeling. It's just this feeling that your body's going to have as you're placing yourselves in different environments. If you are a mental projector and this is your authority, I would love to hear about your experience below in the comments and share your tips and tricks for how you use this authority in your day-to-day life. If you want to dive deeper and learn more about who you are and your design, I highly encourage you to download my free resources. I have a Back to Basics Masterclass, which goes deep into the embodiment of your type strategy and authority and tapping into your magnetism of who you truly are. And then I also have a free guide where you can get practical, applicable tips that you can start trying to implement today to live by your design. Both of those links are below in the notes of this video. And if you just want it all done for you and tied up in a nice, neat little bow, definitely book a reading with me so that we can go deep into all of the energy and magic and gifts that are in your chart so that you can start tapping into your magic and your potential. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.